just like that. Take the glass off now. That's an obvious thing straight away on the manual. It's not heated. That one's heated, so good job I didn't break that and just took it off properly. So, looking at the routing of where the wiring goes, it's safe to say that just pulled off. You can keep that in case the other one gets knackered. On the back of here, peel this back, you can see the routing where this all goes. Now, I don't know now to get the plug, chucking white crap everywhere. Now to get the plug through here, basically, to chop it off, I have to resolder it on. They're all different colour wires, so shouldn't have a problem with that. Right, so this bit of the mechanism isn't actually broke. It's good, you just need to go on there because it's this bit's broke. So I'm going to take this plastic housing off, take this circlip off, and the way I do that is a spring underneath here. And the way I do that is I just put a screwdriver in there, tap it down, tap it down, tap it down, tap it down. I know it's going to make it like a bowl, but it means it'll come off freely. Put it all on there. When I come to push it back on, what I'm going to use is inner vise with a socket big enough to miss the centre bit. We go on that and push it down in. We'll get to that bit. I've got it off, as you can see the washer there, and how much has it got to be pressed down by. So let's get it in the vise. So make sure you got the tangs on the washer lined up. You can look through the socket there, and you can't really see it on camera, but you can see if it's lined up on that inside bit. Living a bit life on the edge at the moment. Dicing with death. But it's just pushing it in. I heard a click and I wanted to stop, so I wasn't sure if I snapped the plastic, but it wasn't. It was just one tang is seated. So, just so you can all see that it's not made up. This is the way. It's probably worth bearing in mind as well that actually the that was the thing seating home. Yeah, it's probably worth mentioning that the spring is under some half under some pressure. So I got 1, 2, 3 out of 4 home, so I'll send the other one through with a screwdriver. And it's all gone to shit here, isn't it? It's all gone apart. There we go. Just that one there could do with a little fettle. It's a good word that, isn't it? Fettling. Fettling something. So yeah, bang it all back together. So right, put all this back together now. It's all clipped in. We'll do them 2 screws up. Job done. Obviously, I messed up there. It's not it, is it? Got to put a plug back on. I'll solder that all up together and see you in a minute. Right, so I never normally mess around with disassembling units like that. Normally, customers just want a whole new assembly fitted. I'm just a cheapskate, so needs must and all that. It's probably worth mentioning the washer. It's got little tangs on it. Just go careful not to hit them too hard, that you actually tear it. I mean, I was hitting them and hitting them, and they are quite robust, so should be all right. Once that spring, once them tangs go down and past the little divots, the 4 little tangs on the washer, that spring will fling that washer off. So obviously make sure you're wearing eye protection, or make sure it's facing away from you. To flatten the wash off, if you want to flatten the wash off again, stick it in a flat faced vise, big enough to sort of squeeze it all at the same time, just to squeeze it flat. So yeah, like I said, I was attacking it one way first of all, because in my head I thought it's gonna be this bit's broken, so I just take off all the stuff and stick it on the other. But when I was looking, stick it on the manual one. But when I was looking at the manual mirror, I think it's got to be I got to do a lot of modifying. And once I started looking at it to see what else I need to modify, it suddenly dawned on me what had broken. I'll show you. So, this is the mirror, the spring and the washer sits on there, and obviously the other bit of the mirror comes up here. It's this bit that's actually broken. It's sheared quite off, so the base plate sheared off of that. So I managed just to, what I could have done in the end, if I'd actually, rather than just going at it, if I'd actually looked at it, potentially could have spotted that. But the only downside, so I thought it broke up here where it connected, because it had that just bit of wobble. Didn't actually realise that it was because that had worked its way around. There's little grooves in there. It actually wedged itself in such a manner that it was this rocking. So it kind of threw me a pony, as they say. But yeah, I don't mind. It's kept me busy for the last half hour or so, and hopefully it gives you guys some ideas of what to look for. So just fitted it to the van. It's all working. It is dark outside now, so unless you want to look at a blank dark mirror, but yeah, let's say if I'd done it, if I didn't, I still needed to chop the loom, because obviously it's got to pass through the base plate. You can unpin the connectors, but again, because it's my own, I just, Billy butchered it, and I resoldered them, and I cut the wires, staggered the cuts on the wires, so that when I soldered them, put heat shrink over them, when I wrapped them up with some wiring harness tape, it's like felt tape, didn't all bunch up and give like a big bubble bit. But yeah, it's all good. So hope you enjoyed that, and see you on the next one.